I wanted to say this real quick because this is important. Check your American bills before you get here. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Que lo que miente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all the passport ready, a passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know yet, I am Mr. Pro for you living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And with me right here, my little fine Dominican librarian this week, you know what I mean? Look like she ready to find the good books for us, you know what I'm saying?
That's me.
I like it.
Hola, saludos a todos. How is everyone today?
How you doing?
Oh, I am doing good. How are you, my love?
You already know what I'm gonna say. I try to figure out something different to say. Then I look over there and I'm like, I am doing good today.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Que lindo. It's so cute.
So, Miss Pro,
Yes.
I think we got some good stuff for them this week that they're gonna enjoy.
We do have some good stuff this week that you are going to enjoy.
So what we got for you is, this is really for the new DR visitors. You know what I'm saying? If you plan on coming, if you haven't been here that many times, if you really just want to know how to move around a little more smoothly, we're going to give you the travel tips on how to move around DR, specifically Santo Domingo, but some of the tips are in general here. So this first one, I've heard all kind of explanations about this, but I'm going to let you know how it's done. I live here. I do it every day. Beautiful lady of mine, what's the first one?
Well, the first one is about credit cards and why you should use them.
Yes. Do not be afraid to use your credit card here. That's what it's for. To use. You know what I mean? You know how some of you get your flight miles on your card, all that stuff? Well, where you flying to with it? You got to fly there and get there with it and put it back in your pocket? No. You can use your credit card here. You know what I mean? And the beautiful thing about using your credit card is you don't have to run through your pesos so fast.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because you get that stack, you know what I'm saying? You get the pesos,
Right.
you get to fly them things out, especially, you know what I'm saying, when you go on the little dates and everything, you know what I mean? Throwing them things.
Mr. Big spender for you.
Ah! You know, them little 1,000 pesos and 2,000 of big bills, boy, looking like you got it like that. But you don't want to have to keep running to the ATM. You see what I'm saying? That can become, a little bit of a challenge, or it can become, just something out of the way sometimes. So use your credit card. You know what I'm saying? You can use it. And here's the thing, kind of judge it like you do in the States. You're not going to use it at a shady hole in the wall. You know what I'm saying? But look, you can use it at the mall. You can use it at the supermercado. Use it, where else? Yeah, restaurants. Definitely that's where you want to use it, at restaurants. You know what I mean? Like, why you keep throwing pesos around when you don't have to?
Most places here take credit cards.
They do.
Most places do. It's really not even an issue.
It's not an issue.
No.
And here's the good thing about using your credit card. Don't use your debit card. Because if something was to just go wrong, that's access to your bank account, to your cash. You know what I mean? Use your credit card. It has good protections, all of that. But I'm going to give you the secret tip to using your credit card here. The secret tip to using your credit card is always ask them to charge you in pesos, not dollars.
Right.
Why? Because if you ask them to charge you in dollars, if you let them charge you in dollars, then it's going to use their rate to exchange it. Who knows what that rate is? It's going to be something high. But if you tell them to charge you in pesos, then your bank is going to use the best rate for you to exchange it. So always ask them, charge me in pesos, please.
En pesos, por favor.
Pesos, por favor. Beautiful lady, Ma, you got anything for that one?
No, the same thing that you said. Credit cards are insured.
Mm-hmm.
Your debit card, once it's gone, the money's gone.
Yeah, they got in your bank. It's harder to get it back. No, you can, you can kind of go through
I guess,
but
yeah,
it's just more hassle. But your credit card is easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy to, if you see anything strange on it, to report it. But use your credit card. Stop running through your pesos like that. Save your pesos for the good stuff, but then, and use your credit card for all the other things. And you sit there and say, dang, my pesos staying thick. So that's a good one.
Even Dominicans, like, I never have much cash in hand. I use everything with my credit card, and it just, when I get paid, I go and I pay the credit card. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what everybody does. Yeah. Sometimes you go places and they're like, we just don't have change. Like,
yeah, you don't want to go through that. Yeah, you take out you trying to buy something, it's like 200 pesos, you break out with a 2,000, and they like, we ain't got it.
Yeah.
We ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? So feel free. Use your, listen, more than feel free. Quit coming here just using cash. They have a credit card system. You know what I'm saying? I use my credit card every day. I rarely use my pesos. I use my pesos for some things, you know what I mean? But when I can use my credit card, throw it down and use it. No problem. En pesos, por favor.
En pesos, por favor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so cute.
Good pronunciation.
That's great pronunciation. I love it. So the next tip is about something called a comprobante fiscal. People ask, what is a comprobante fiscal?
Okay. So you're going to hear them say comprobante. They may not say a whole sentence. They'll say it with a question mark. Every time you get ready to pay for something, every time you stand there at the cash register, they ask you. And then you may just like, not knowing, they'll be looking at you and you just like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Beautiful lady mine, let them know what that is.
It's basically a different kind of a receipt. You have the regular receipt that you get, and then you have a receipt that is used by businesses for tax purposes, right? So, if you have a business and you want to like claim sales or something like that, then you would use comprobante. So like if you go to pay for something, and when you're paying for something, they're going to ask you comprobante, or sometimes they'll just say the long version and they say comprobante fiscal. And if you say yes, because you're, a business person, you have that, they're going to say, okay, what is the RNC? What is the RNC? The RNC is basically like the equivalent to like a tax ID number, or maybe a tax number. Not sure how you would roughly translate it, but basically you use that for like deductions when you like file for taxes and stuff like that.
Right, your tax number. So yeah, I mean, let's just say you're one of these sophisticated travelers, you know what I mean, and you want to write the trip off.
Right.
Comprobante, C. And that's when they're gonna start the process. How do they do it, beautiful lady? They give when you do want it, they give you a form, or they ask for a number, right?
Yeah, well, it has to be an RNC. It can't be a tax ID like an American.
Oh, it can't be the American tax number?
No.
Oh, so I thought Americanos could do it.
Well, if you're an American and you have a business in this country, right, and you want to like write something off, then yeah.
Scratch what I said. All this time, I thought that if you had your business here and you writing off the trip, you could get it and do it.
If you have an
no, I thought it was an American number. I mean, if it was an American business.
No, it's the equivalent to like a U.S. tax.
So that's only Dominican business. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. See? Yeah. Learn some every day. A little librarian I got. Well, yeah, to get you one, I'm telling you. Keep you laced.
I'm always something different. I'm a librarian. I'm a giraffe. I'm a tree. What else have I been? I've been so many.
All kind of things. Things I can't even repeat up in here sometimes. They can't say it, right?
Oh.
I know y'all enjoying these tips already, and we only went through 2 of them so far. It's going to be a good one. So, what we have for them next, beautifully?
Well, people always want to know which apps work and which apps don't work. And if they don't work, how do you fix them?
Okay. Yeah. This is an interesting one because most of the apps work, but there's some apps that work as far as like you being able to move around, like Uber. Your Uber works seamlessly. You can catch your flight here and you get into the city. You can start using your Uber. You can order food on Uber Eats.
Right.
Seamless. Then there's Waze. Waze works fine. And she's going to talk about it more in a minute. I wanted to bring up the apps that work, like what I mean by some don't work and how to fix them, right? So some of you may have credit card apps. I have 2 credit card apps. One of the apps, Credit One. If you have a credit card app, Most of them work, but Credit One will do something interesting and make you think it doesn't work. You'll turn it on and it'll say that it's down for maintenance. So you may think it's just for a few minutes. When it first happened to me, it went days. I'm like, this thing is still on maintenance all these days and you can't figure out what's going on. And so what it is it doesn't work if you're on Wi-Fi.
Oh.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see it, if you just happen to have Credit One and you want to look at it, and you turn it on, you click into the app and it says down for maintenance, take it off of Wi-Fi. And we get back on your mobile, it works just fine. I haven't seen any other apps that do that, but that was a weird experience because I went days trying to figure out what was going on, and then I realized what it was. So that was about. I think that's about it as far as the apps that most, like I said, most of the apps work. But since that's something that your finance apps, you'll be trying to click into it and wonder what's happening. I wanted to bring that up just in case any of you guys have Credit One. All the rest of them seem to work fine. Beautiful lady, man. Didn't you want to tell them something about Waze? Because Waze is our app. We get around with Waze. Waze has been working well. We don't use any of the other navigational apps. Waze.
And so a lot of it's in the news, and a lot of other YouTubers are talking about how in the capital they're trying to reduce the flow of traffic. There's a lot of traffic jams. So what the government is doing is, they're changing the directions of the streets. You used to be able to go this way, and now you can only go this way, and so on and so forth. And they're doing it in phases. So in phase 1, these 4 streets are changing. In phase 2, these certain streets change. And it's a little confusing. It's very difficult to keep up with the streets and when and the different times that you do it. So the government has partnered with Waze and gives Waze real-time information on all of the changes and the updates to the streets. And it has, it even gives them updates on when they're doing like maintenance, when they're closing the streets down. So Waze here works very well. We don't go around without using Waze because of all of the changes that are happening and everything. So we always use that whenever we drive.
We always use Waze.
Works well.
Even when we know where we're going, we still put it in
just
anyway
in
because you never know what's going to happen. You never know it's going to be a diversion. You never know if it's going to start raining crazy and something. You just always want to be, you could do it right then, but just so that, you can always know what's going on in real time. And like she said, since they've been doing this new thing, there's a lot of places where you can't even make left-hand turns.
Right.
So if you end up, getting confused or something, now you're trying to pull over or you're trying to, figure out what to do. The other apps may not kick in the same way because they're not partnered up with Waze. So you can use it. And another thing that I always suggest, like when we're doing consultations and stuff, I suggest that even when you're in the Uber, turn on your Waze to the location you're going to, so you can see. It doesn't hurt to have something else seeing where you're going. You know what I mean? Just in case.
Right.
Yeah.
Good tip. The next one is exchanges the currency in the capital.
Man, these are some great tips, boy. I wish somebody could have gave me these tips when I got here.
And we've compiled them for you.
I'm lying. I've been had this. This is my tip right here. I got a whole big, fine tip. You know what I mean? I had all the tips in one. That's how I found out what was going on. Oh, yeah. A little tour guide and everything. You know what I'm saying? But what we got for him this time?
So the next tip that we have is about exchanging currency in the capital. And, where to go and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what I'll say before I pass it to her is that we got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Shout out to the supporters of the channel.
Shout out to the supporters. Thank you so much.
Y'all been looking out for us. We thank you so much.
For everything.
Our first supporter.
Who's that?
The Don J. Pizzle.
Don JP. Gracias, señor. Thank you.
The Don JP. We thank you. We love you. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Gracias.
The next one.
Who was that?
Ooh, I'm glad this is the homie. This is the scary homie.
Uh-oh.
Necro Cannon.
Señor Necro Cannon.
Baby.
We're a little scared, but we love you. Thank you.
We're still a little bit scared, but we're glad it's our homie right there. Necro Cannon, thank you so much. We love you. Thank you for supporting the channel. And last but not least, oh man, I'm about to. This man right here. This man right here. Looking out for the channel. This is the big dog right here.
And who's this?
Antonio Denmark.
El señor Antonio Denmark.
AD. Thank you for supporting the channel. We appreciate you. We love you. LPP fam. We got love for the homies that be rolling with us. Back to the video. The exchange rates, I mean, they vary. And sometimes you hyped up and don't care, but you should care. It's your money. You're not just giving it away. The airport will beat you on the exchange. Don't exchange money in the airport. But again, what I usually suggest when we're doing our consultations is to it's about 40 minutes away. When you're at the airport, it's about a 40-minute to an hour, depending on what's going on in traffic to the capital.
Yeah.
Exchange like less than $100. Maybe exchange $50.
Yeah, you need some cash just in case, you know.
To have some pesos.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're not in the tourist area like that. You know, once you leave out of the airport, you have left the tourist zone.
Yeah.
So exchange $100, right? That won't hurt too bad. Exchange $50. It won't hurt too bad. 50 might be good. And then that way, if anything happens, if there's any emergencies, if the taxi needs to pull over, anything that happens. And on top of that, sometimes you don't want to go looking for money as soon as you get there.
Right.
You're going to get to your room, you're going to want to chill, but you still may need a couple bucks. $50 is good enough to hold you until the next day. And then, beautiful lady mine, where would they go the next day?
So we always recommend Western Union. But believe it or not, there are a lot of Western Union locations all over the capital.
Yep.
And they're always located in very safe places. Sometimes you'll find them in like malls. You'll find them in locations where there are always a lot of people and a lot of security. You feel safe. And they're very close to so many different locations, and they're very easy to get to. And they have a very good exchange rate.
They do.
They actually have a better exchange rate than the banks. So
no,
that's something to think about. Yeah. We've always recommended Western Union. Everyone feels safe. Everyone feels comfortable. You can kind of look at the exchange rate online. And then when you go to Western Union, there might be a tiny bit of a difference, but nothing super noticeable that, you know. So Western Union is our big recommendation.
We always go, and I'm sure all you Western Union papitos already knew that, didn't you?
Oh.
And we were about to go on to the next one. I wanted to say this real quick because this is important. Check your American bills before you get here. They do not accept marked bills here. And what I mean by marked, sometimes there's a little highlighter mark on it, or sometimes there's a little
like a
ink.
pen.
Yeah, somebody took an ink, and they will not take the bills. They're not going to exchange them. It'll be like you didn't bring it. Now you got to try to, keep that bill in the cut somewhere or something. You know what I mean? So check your bills before you come. Don't bring any bills with any type of ink marks or anything on them. They won't even exchange them.
That's a good tip.
So this next one right here, you need to know this.
They always ask us question about what is a normal tip? How does that work?
How does that work? So this tipping thing is interesting. Interessante. Because like I say, you got that big old happy stack of pesos right there. You know what I mean? You ain't got to be making it rain on, just little stuff. And what we mean by little stuff is like you order something from the Kamado or something, you go, what other little things? Little stuff.
You go grocery shopping, and over here we have people that will bag your groceries, and then they'll push the cart out to your vehicle, and then they'll put the groceries inside the back of the car, the trunk of the car. You would tip that person. They work off of tips. They have a very low salary. So we'll normally give them like 50 pesos.
The pedidos, y'all, like, okay, if you order food. Yeah,
right.
What tip?
We also give them 50 pesos.
50 pesos.
That's pretty like normal and standard for
tip.
Like delivery and food and things like of that nature.
Yes.
we'll give them 50 pesos when we order from the colmado. But like if when I'm ordering from the colmado, it's only like 100 pesos. You are not getting 50 pesos, okay? So, and they know it. They know it. And it takes them forever to deliver it because they're like, well, I'm not getting a tip. So they don't hurry up. But yeah, so if it's over 100 pesos, then maybe. Yeah. But if it's like under 100 pesos and we're ordering something, I mean, it's right across the street. You're not getting 50 pesos for walking across the street for something that's less than 100 pesos.
50 pesos. And that's good. You know, they can show up to happy hour and get a mojito with 50 pesos. Don't act like it's nothing.
Mojitos
50 pesos to get you, you know what I'm saying? Have your little, take your little date up to La Terraza.
Empanada.
50 pesos is the norm. So you ain't got to be dropping 300 pesos thinking that, it's just pesos, or 150 pesos and what you bought costs 150 pesos. Yeah. You know, I know you be in the spirit of giving because you're feeling good. 50, but just so you know, tip what you want to tip.
Sure.
You know, but we're just telling you so you understand the baseline right there. 50 pesos is the norm for regular services and stuff, you know. Say you go to the gas station and the gas station wasn't even really on this list, but since we're talking about tipping, you can tip them. I used to think you're supposed to tip them every time. You know, then I figured out like, she told me like, you don't have to tip them every time, you know. So, you know, if they pump it really nice, you know what I'm saying, good job or something, you know what I'm saying, holler at me or just, you know, make an impression or something. I'm just feeling good. I might hit them with a 50 peso tip. You know, 50 is the norm. And just so you know, here, you don't pump your own gas if you haven't driven here before. Mm-hmm. You pull up and they pump the gas for you. You know, they're going to ask you, mil peso regular, 2,000 peso regular. Let's make it easy. Just, 2,000 pesos is a 2,000 peso. Regular is the gas you want. That's it. It's simple.
I used to get frustrated because he would always tip whenever we went to the gas station. But it worked out very well because the gas station is right by our house and like they know us now because he's such a big tipper or whatever every time we go. So then when I go to get gas, they recognize the car and they like fill up the gasoline. They wipe my windows. They make sure I have air in the tires. I'm like, all right, mi amor, I'm sorry for criticizing about you big tipping. So like now they know the car. And when I'm out like doing my errands on Saturdays, they know it's me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And another thing, when you pull up for gas, if your Spanish is not that good, they may ask you, card or cash, tarjeta or efectivo. Ooh. Efectivo is cash.
Oh, this pronunciation. Oh, yes.
Gas station is easy. That's all you got to remember. Efectivo, 2,000 regular, or 1,000 regular.
Comprobante fiscal.
No.
That was hot. Yes.
So we're about to go to the next one again. We get all hyped up, get to talking to each other and stuff, get hyped, and then move on. Restaurants. Restaurants is not 50 pesos.
No.
Yeah, no. Restaurants, I'm a little different, man. If we go to the restaurant, we have a sips and, thinking, the missus looking good and they keeping my glass full. I just give them whatever I'm feeling. You know what I mean?
Yes, he's a big tipper for you.
Look,
he forgets how much to tip.
I ain't told him to give me drinks that good. Money. Chilling with a woman is fine. You know what I'm saying? With these drinks. Y'all done put the real waves crashing behind us. They singing and all this stuff. Feeling good with this woman looking good and this sounds and this feeling, this temperature. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I have a saying. If I'm having a good time, we having a good time.
Oh, man. Sometimes I have to save the situation. I remember one time it was his birthday and we were having a great time and he had been drinking and he had just been, on this tip rampage or whatever. And then it was time to get the car out of the parking thing. And then someone was blocking us. So I went to go talk to the person that's, in charge of the parking or whatever. And he stayed behind. And when I look around, I see that all the parking people were like surrounding him, and I'm like, oh no, I left him alone with the parking people. What have I done? So now I have to run back to save him and block all the tips that he's just freely handing out. So
hey, did you say the guy said he had to, that he was wondering how he was going to get to work the next day or something? He said he had to do the next day.
He
or
was
something.
thanking him and praising the Lord because he said that I didn't know how I was going to get to work the other day, and here you are, a blessing from the Lord up above. I was like, just move the damn car so we can get out of the way. Like, now I can't get the money back because he threw the Lord into the conversation. Like, now I can't get the money back.
Hey, it'd be fun. Hey, one birthday I had like we went to this club. We up in VIP. I had like 3 bodyguards walking around the club.
I was like, who are all these people?
The bodyguard.
And then
I had to go to the bathroom.
I'm minding my business and I need to go to the bathroom. And I was like,
look, I said well with her, you know what I mean? And look,
sir,
with the bathroom, he blocked the door, one case.
Big guys too, just real. I'm like, why is he at the door? And everybody's looking like, who are they? What's going on? I was like, are they talking about us? And then all of a sudden, his name shows up in the lab. How the hell did they know your name? What's going on over here? And then like a picture of him shows up. I'm like,
hey,
it was crazy. It was
protection.
Crazy. So I have to save him from his tipping ways. Like, it's too much. I turn around for 2 minutes and we got 3 bodyguards.
So, that's on my birthday. Look, man, my birthday comes once a year. I mean, you need some protection.
Yeah, I have to mentally prepare myself for his birthdays to like get ready to see how I'm going to get him out of whatever it is that we're going to get into this year.
I think that year we were on Avenida Venezuela, and I think Big Papi had got shot over there and all that stuff.
He did, didn't
protection.
Exactly.
So we didn't tell you how much to tip at the restaurant yet. We're just talking about how I get sometimes, you know what I mean? So, I mean, at the restaurant, look, say you go to Adrian Tropical.
Right.
And say your bill comes up to, man, your bill ain't gonna be no 5,000 pesos at Adrian Tropical.
I mean, unless you have a good dinner. People, but no.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're on a date, I mean, you having a really good meal, you having a couple of drinks. I mean, it's only gonna be, come up to 3,500 pesos. I mean, put it like this: a lot of times my bill might be high because I get to taking shots of Don Julio Añejo and stuff like that. He's
very specific about his
my tequila. I love tequila and stuff. So tequila Añejo. So. That's the only reason the bill might be a little higher. But let's just say it's 4,000 pesos, 3,800 pesos or something. I mean, you 500 pesos? 500 pesos?
That's fine.
What do you think?
I'm not having a heart attack with 500 pesos.
I'm trying to be nice.
I'm side-eyeing him.
Look, she be trying to look like because I got to hide my money with Ty to give him a tip because I know she get to look at his stuff. Trying to mean mug the pesos and everything.
I do.
So I'm just saying 500. If your bill is, you can give him 1,000 if you want to. You know what I mean? Did you have a good time? Did you really enjoy yourself? But 500, that's good. Put it like this: if the bill is 4,000 pesos, 500 is good. It could be less. It could be, but you really ain't even got to give no $1,000 peso. 1,000 peso. You don't have to.
Bit much.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? 500 is good.
I mean, unless you want to.
Yeah, but you better have a good time. You know what I mean? You better have your little fine little thing with you, and y'all really just, it's just on. The night's just beginning. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to hit them. But if it's just regular,
that's just beginning.
Yeah, But if you just fell up in there, it's lunchtime. At lunchtime, don't give them no 1,000 peso tip. If it's lunchtime around lunch or something, if it's nighttime by the water and you got something with you, and y'all just, give from your heart then. I think I got a burp right quick. Ooh, that had a little burrito on it. That's what that's for.
You little burper.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm in love. You burped and I still love you. That was an offensive burp.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a burp filled with testosterone and burrito. It's just disturbing.
You need this one as well. We just got done talking about tipping in the restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
We still in the restaurant topic. Beautiful lady mine, which one is this one right here? What do we have
Ordering
right here?
from a menu.
Ordering from a menu. We about to tell you, and we've mentioned this before in some of our older videos, but some of you guys are new. This will keep you from getting gringoed. And I mean, the first thing I want to say is, don't order anything that you're not clear about the price.
Right.
Some things you'll read it and the picture looks good, and you're like, oh, I want this, and you look at it and you so hype you order it, but you don't realize there was a price on everything but that specific thing that you ordered. They know it's the thing that catch your eye. And it may say something that tells you that, I don't know what it says, because we got by that before.
This price per pound.
Per
they
pound
don't
or
tell
something
you how
like
many
that.
pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. And so don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do not order anything that you don't know the price. Think of yourself being in Beverly Hills shopping on Rodeo Drive, and you don't have Rodeo Drive money in your pocket, and you walk in that store and you don't see price tags on none of the stuff. And if you got it like that, just grab anything, say, I want 3 of these. But we ain't doing it like that right now.
No.
So when you see something on that menu, because that's what you telling them, that price is no object. You know what I'm saying? You telling them like, I'm here for the gringo. You know what I'm saying? And then when that price come, just look at it. Don't say they did it because you was an Americano. Don't say they did it because you was anything. You chose that. Again, don't pick anything off that menu without clearly knowing what the price is. Even call them over there and ask them to be sure. And a lot of times I just skip the things that don't have a price on them. That's the best way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way you don't have no type of issues, because it will be an issue. And it's not because you Americano or whatever, because Dominicans get got as well. Mm. Beautiful lady mine, you want to add something to that menu situation?
I do. 2 things. One, it's interesting that you said that. They just passed some type of a law or clause or something. I'm not sure the term, but I think it's a law, where in all of the restaurants that are on the beach, because there's a lot of restaurants on the beach, it's mandatory that now in the menus and in the and anything that sells food, that the price has to be labeled right next to it. If the price is not labeled right next to it, then like you can report them, and then if you report them, they can shut it down. Mm-hmm. And it's happening too, because you see in the news how people keep getting shut down, and people they're making all types of statements and they're filing stuff, and now now everybody's they're following the rule because they don't want to get shut down.
They was getting them. So Dominicans too.
Well, here's another really good tip that we have for you for ordering. Let's say that you want to order something and you get a menu. They're gonna know that you speak English, so they're gonna want to give you the menu in English, which is perfectly fine. You get the menu in English, but ask them to also give you a menu in Spanish, because what happens is when they give you the menu in English, they'll tend to have the price in dollars. But if you get the menu in Spanish, then you can see how much it is for pesos. So you get an accurate amount of how much it is you're paying.
Exactly.
But you have the English menu, so you can see what you're ordering, you know?
You don't want to pay for nothing in dollars. If they try to charge you for something in dollars, get suspicious. You don't want nothing in dollars. You want it in pesos.
See?
I was ready to leave. We were at a happy hour one time. He came over there and said something in English and then started talking about some dollars. Poppy, what's wrong? Talking about some dollars, speaking in English, talking about some dollars. Man, we didn't ask for nothing in dollars.
Yeah,
we don't want no dollars.
Weird. That was strange.
El Tacon, remember?
He probably just did it because he
said that because he speaks English. He was practicing his English.
Believe it or not, that's exactly what happened.
Me, man.
That's what happened. It's like this guy has been waiting to practice his English on someone. He saw you and wanted to be extra cool with you and started having like a whole conversation. But he messed up when he said dollars.
Yeah, don't tell me no dollars. Yeah.
His whole face changed. We were having a good time and he was speaking a little English and they were speaking to each other and you could tell that he was like having a good time practicing his English with him. He was having fun. He was a nice guy. And then when it came time for the bill, he said something dollars. My husband's face went like this, like,
yeah.
What? And he got real. His whole face changed. I was like, mi amor, ¿y qué fue? What happened?
Talk about some dollars, man. We don't want to hear about no dollars, man. We doing pesos. That's a sign that you're gonna get got. Don't let them charge you anything in dollars. That's why we told you how to exchange your money. There are some people that are a bit, they're a bit hard-headed. And they come here and say, nah, I threw my dollars and I don't have no problem.
Okay.
You can, but you're the problem. Because you're volunteering yourself to be the sacrificial lamb, and not the good one. You see what I'm saying? You sacrificing yourself to, talking about I'm going to spend dollars. No, spend pesos. Get your pesos and do it like you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? Pay for your stuff in pesos. And like we said, we'll go back to the menu thing. You can get the menu in English, right? Look at it so you can read what the food is.
Right.
But also ask for the menu in Spanish. And that way you get a chance to also familiarize with the Spanish terms for the, what the Spanish words are for the certain Spanish foods. 2 in 1. Make sure you don't get got and you're practicing your Spanish.
Win-win.
It's a win-win. You're in a different country, use the currency of that country.
Yep.
We move in.
This
is the last but not least. I don't even know. Do you even know how to explain this one right here? Or should I do it?
Well, this is one of those things that when Americans come to the country, they're a little bit shocked about that they are used to doing at home, but they come here and it doesn't really work the same.
You're looking for problems. That's when you get the wrong food and you think you can take a bite out of that food. Look, the food you order can be dead wrong. But once the waiter walks off, it's yours. You know what I mean? Ain't none of that sending nothing back here. We done seen it. I don't know if we've been involved in it. I don't think I tried to send nothing back. Have we been?
No, we've been with guests.
We've been guests here. They got the wrong food and want to say, you can't send it back. It's just a no. It doesn't happen here. That's an American thing, and whoever else does it here, as soon as they drop, if you don't tell them that it's the wrong, look at your food good. If you don't tell them that's the wrong food, by the time the waiter walks off, suck it up, eat it up.
That's your food now. Or order something else. It's your food.
It is. Or order something else because they know taking nothing back and exchanging nothing. I don't even know if they take it back if you say it's a fly on it, huh?
Oh, I don't know.
Fly always getting on it because you eat outside. So
there was that we're talking about Adrian Tropical. There was a time where Adrian Tropical used to, because I don't know if you know, but Adrian Tropical is right along the Malecón, is right on the edge of the water. Like you see the ocean.
There's something about being on the water that boosts the ambiance to the next level. So you and your day will definitely enjoy each other's company at this spot.
It's beautiful. Anyway, 1,000,000 years ago, Adrian Tropical was covered with all these beautiful plants and all these beautiful trees or whatever they colored it and gave it really good shade. Well, the seagulls decided that they wanted to perch on the trees while people were eating underneath. And in theory, it's beautiful to look up and see little seagulls until the seagulls decide to do what seagulls do.
Get that seagull mayonnaise on you.
Well, back then you used to be able to give your food back if the seagulls decided that they wanted to. But what they did is they cut off all the branches to all the trees and then they covered the roof with something or whatever. The little
canopy up there. Huh?
Yeah, so now so I think that was the only time I ever remember people saying, take this back and people having to take it back because, what are you going to do as a seagull?
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you guys 2 in 1. This is an experience. She was there when my family came out here. We were in Zona Colonial eating at a spot, and they probably saw they got an eye for when it's a whole family of tourists and all that stuff. So we all sitting, the whole family sitting there. We ordered, I'm telling you, we must have ordered I don't know, 3. Was it fish? We ordered 3.
4 fish.
Yeah, because the joke was Boca Chica style.
It said Boca
that's
Chica
always the
style.
joke.
Yeah.
And we ordered 4 or 5 of them. The bill came, it must have been $350 or something crazy. It's like $400 or something. Dollars. Like, is these pesos? Dollars. We what the hell is this?
Yeah, because we buy fish all the time.
Man, look, you not going, that's some people's rent. $350. We're I think it was between, and then the tax is 20%, right?
And then the waiter had nerve to be so, I would prefer that you tip me in cash so I don't have to wait till I get paid to get the money. I was like, you think you're getting tipped?
You ain't
sir?
getting no tip.
Huh?
You're not getting nothing. We had an argument with the guy. We looking at stuff, but what we accidentally did was we accidentally ordered something that didn't have the price next to it. So they probably went and got them fish that been back there that nobody was buying, and like, we got the big spenders right here. Give them this.
The biggest fish ever.
So this is what saved us. They played us. It was not worth, look, $350 here, man. But while we were arguing, we finally got up and left. Didn't sign, didn't sign the receipt.
Use the credit card.
Use a credit card, but didn't sign the receipt. And it may not have even mattered, but we didn't sign it. When my people got back to the States, they just called the credit card company.
Yeah.
And told them they got scammed.
Yeah.
That saved them. So now imagine if you'd have gave them your pesos.
That's why
use your credit card.
That's why using credit cards is a good thing.
Using the credit card is a good thing, and looking at what you order is a good thing. Combined, it's a great thing.
Indeed.
So, these are just some of the tips that will help your trip not turn sour over small things, and it'll allow your trip to go smoother in some little things as well. You're going to enjoy yourself, and sometimes when you're enjoying yourself, you don't pay attention, as much as you usually do, or you're just so happy and you're just kind of going through the motions. But take these tips with you if you need to write them down or anything.
Yep.
If you're getting ready to come to the island, we do consultations. We custom fit the consultations to you and the type of trip you want. So if so, send us an email. I'm sure the email will pop up on the screen, and holla at us. But before you do that, we're going to need you to like and subscribe. Love, Purpose, and Passports. Peace.
Bye.